Wrestling fans, we are back here at ringside at the fairgrounds in Nashville, Tennessee. We are witnessing an outstanding tag match between Tojo Yamamoto, Jerry Lawler, against the Sherman Tanks, Phil Hickerson and Al Greene. And Sam Bass now enters the ring as Jerry Lawler intercepts Sam Bass, drops him with a hard right-hand punch, goes back to Phil Hickerson, picks the big man up, slams him and slams him hard to the canvas as Phil Hickerson has been cut and bleeding. Jerry Lawler now attempting a bombs away from the top rope. Missed the attack, missed Phil Hickerson, and Sam Bass has thrown a cowboy boot into the ring as Phil Hickerson bangs away at the forehead of Jerry Lawler. This is the third and final fall of a wild tag team match. I have next to me another outstanding wrestler, Jerry Barber. Jerry, this has been some kind of a match.
It sure has. It's been a Pier 6 ball from start to finish, Lynn. And this thing is not over yet, and we still have a lot of action going into the ring. We have Phil Hickerson bleeding from the head profusely. Phil Hickerson and Sam Bass are using that cowboy boot on the head of Jerry Lawler, and I'm afraid they're going to bust his head there with that boot if the referee doesn't stop this match or something isn't done.
Wrestling fans, these four men have had a feud going between them now. It has come to a head, and Phil Hickerson shooting some hard right-hand punches into the forehead of Jerry Lawler. Lawler appears to have been cut over the left eye. Hickerson now working Lawler over in the corner as Tojo Yamamoto also working big Al Greene over in the opposite side of the ring.
Usually, Lynn, but they do have Jerry Lawler is bleeding from the head itself down there, and Phil Hickerson is still bleeding profusely. Now, like I say, blood is coming from Jerry Lawler, and Sam Bass is trying to get into the ring again.
Many of the wrestlers also are interested in this match. Many of them are watching from behind back at the building, and Phil Hickerson now has decked Jerry Lawler, and I mean decked him hard. Lawler down now on his back. Hickerson continues to dish out punishment. Lawler and Tojo both in trouble at this point as their opponents continue to work them over. Big Hickerson sends a boot into the midsection of Lawler, drops him once again to the canvas, picks Jerry Lawler up, shoots him into the ropes, and Hickerson misses the big elbow. Lawler off with a drop kick. 2, 3. That is the pin. Jerry Lawler has pinned big Phil Hickerson. Lawler and Tojo officially have won the match, but Sam Bass now, the manager, is in the ring working Tojo over. Al Greene and Phil Hickerson both ganging Jerry Lawler, banging away. And Jerry Barber, this appears to have gotten out of hand.
It sure has. It's a Pier 6 brawl now. Even though their winner has been decided in the match, that does not mean the action is over, Lynn Rossi, because these guys are still going hot and heavy, as all you fans can see. Sam Bass working Tojo Yamamoto over with that cowboy boot. Phil Hidden and Al Greene are working over Jerry Lawler, who is bleeding from the head, and also Phil Hickerson is bleeding from the head. You know, to win this match, Jerry Lawler outsmarted Phil Hickerson, Lynn.
He sure did. He made a smart move there. But Greene and Hickerson now, along with Sam Bass, continue, and I mean continue, to dish punishment out on Tojo and Jerry Lawler. The fans around ringside are really upset, really disturbed. Tommy Marlin, the referee, is attempting to pull Big Al Greene off. Has no success. The match completely out of hand. A lot of animosity between these four men. In case some of you fans didn't know, Sam Bass is the former manager of Jerry Lawler. They have had a disagreement and now are on opposite sides. Tojo now knocked out of the ring. Lawler and Tojo out on the floor. Referee Tommy Martin does award the match to Jerry Lawler and Tojo Yamamoto. This has been a wild match. The first two falls were split with 1 fall apiece. We picked up the action in the latter part of the 3rd fall. Jerry Lawler did outsmart his opponent. That was the official decision. The winner of the match, Jerry Lawler and Tojo Yamamoto. Jerry Barber, we just have a few seconds here left. What kind of match? I mean, I think it was wild and rough.
You know, I think that's one of the roughest matches we've had here in Nashville, Tennessee at the fairgrounds in quite some time, Lynn. If the wrestling fans came tonight to see a lot of action, they certainly got to see it here at the fairgrounds.
Thanks a lot for your comments, Jerry Barber. This is Len Rossi at ringside in Nashville, Tennessee at the new Fairgrounds Wrestling Arena, and we'll be back with more wrestling action after a brief pause.